Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Whereas being a Muslim, we ever claim that we are a true Muslim and we are the slave of Allah Almighty. We are claiming verbally, and how we can prove ourselves that we are a true Muslim and believer. Is there any scale to judge it? Yes, indeed. There is a scale. You can judge your this faith and this claim. For example, Allah Almighty said into Holy Quran, O believer, pay 5-time prayer. Our Holy Prophet has also demonstrated and performed 5-time prayers. We all know how to pray, how to perform these 5-time prayers. If we are performing, if we are obeying the command of Allah Almighty, and we are paying or performing 5-time prayer timely and regularly, it means we are true in our claim. We are true slave of Allah Almighty. If we are not paying 5-time prayer timely and regularly, it means we are not true. We are not proving ourselves. We are not proving ourselves that we are a true slave of Allah Almighty. If we are disobeying, we are not bowing down ourselves in the court of Allah according to the will of Allah Almighty. It means we are not proving ourselves a true Muslim and true slave of Allah Almighty. Then it will be said and declared that we are the slave of other than Allah. Definitely, when we are not the true slave of Allah Almighty, then we are the slave of His creations. We are obeying His creations. We are obeying Satan, who is the enemy of Allah Almighty and who is the openly enemy of mankind. If we want to judge or this claim that whether we are true slave of Allah Almighty or not, then we will have to judge our deeds, whether our deeds are according to the will of Allah Almighty, whether we are obeying Allah Almighty or not. If we are obeying Allah Almighty as He wants, we are doing that, then we are true in our claim. If we are not doing that, if we are not performing and obeying Allah Almighty according to His will, it means we are obeying other than Allah. We are not true in our claim. The faith upon monotheism is very weak. It's necessary to make it strong. It's necessary to purify this faith. May Allah Almighty bless us the effort to prove ourselves a true Muslim and true slave of Allah Almighty.